much better scenario. So I think I should just let this one go, focus on game number 2, and anything's still possible.
I agree with you. Let's go ahead and hop into Derelict Watcher, our second map in this best-of-3 series. Look at these players, so intense. It's so intense.
And dear, oh dear, man.
Oh dear indeed. Spawning in the bottom left corner of Derelict Watcher, he is Deer! As he crosses his arms with contempt for the world. His opponent up in the top right-hand corner of the map needs to bounce back here. E.G. Oz. Oz trailing 0-1 here, Kev. This is obviously an important game for Oz. He wants to win. If he doesn't win, he's not dead yet. He still has his second chance. He'll fall down where he will be waiting as the final boss of the lower bracket.
Yeah, for both of these guys, this is a massive tournament, not just because the insane amount of prize money that we're giving away, but also those WCS points. For both of them, it's so important. If they make top 4, they will most likely qualify to BlizzCon, and most likely it's like a 99% scenario because they're gathering a lot of points. Of course, they got a crazy amount of points from winning WCS Korea, but he needs a little more. Oz has been sort of consistent, getting a few points here, getting a few points there. Runner-up IEM Shanghai collected a few points. Top 8 WCS America Season 1 was pretty good, or no, Season 2, sorry, and then Season 3 made top 4. That's all good, but they need that big performance here, and they're close, man, but not there yet.
Oh, so close. We have already seen 2 players advance, Kev. I was so happy to see the boss toss coming out first in his group.
And he played fantastic. That last game against Hack, he was down 50 supply. And
that was one of the most exciting conclusions to a PvT I have ever seen. Storm finishes at the last second, and the boss toss makes it happen.
It was beautiful. Taking a close eye at the opening, so far everything is similar, even though Oz delayed his second simulator a little bit, but he's mining with 3 probes of this one, so it's kind of hard to say what he wants to do. No Zealot opening for Deer. That means that he's going to drop a second gateway, and that he's most likely looking to put on some pressure with 3 Stalkers and a Mothership Core. He could go crazy as well and go for an aggressive build and open up with 3 gates instead. But I must say, most of the time when I see Oz face that build, Oz defends very, very well.
Yeah.
Scouting has turned around this game, by the way. Last game, Deer didn't scout at all. This game, Deer is scouting, while Oz is the one not scouting at all.
Deer just watched Genius play three games, Kev, and he's like, you know, last time I saw a PvP where the guy was down 0-1, there was a cannon rush. So, didn't want to fall for that.
Kind of hard to do it on Derelict. Then again, there's always a way.
Where's Wiedemans?
Wiedemans would show us. Mothership Core on the way for both players. Oz does this pretty often, by the way, where he just goes adventurous with that 1 Stalker and he goes expand behind it, while most players prefer to go Zealot Sentry, 1 gate expand. This doesn't have to be the end of the world yet, but he's going to have to identify quick that he's playing against this opening. And also, what is going to be after this for Deer? Is going to be a Twilight? Is it just going to be an expand? Or is he going to drop that 3rd gateway, which would change everything?
Don't let that Stalker get behind you. As a little bit of a skirmish here. This is the much scarier Stalker, as we can see. Oz is running away. Red is a scarier color than blue, guys.
Stargate follow-up for Deer after the 2 gates, so he's going into Stargate from a pretty safe position.
Yep.
And Robotics Facility going down for Oz, but of course Oz does have that Nexus halfway down. Deer might still bring a probe with his little army, because he could still be aggressive with these 2 gates. That's a very realistic option.
Definitely. And you talked earlier today, Kev, about how much you like the Stargate against the fast expand.
But then, like, it could be a little bit quicker than it's actually going right now. I would not be surprised at all if Deer expands from this. But if he decides to go all out and make a bunch of Phoenixes and then try to kill Oz with Phoenix Gateway units, that would be a very realistic option as well.
These Stalkers are going to show up and start... Oh, I don't think they want to go up that ramp. They're going to start harassing this Nexus. They're probably not going to kill it.
Photon Overcharge can always be casted to save this Nexus. And it's going to be Oracle Expand for Deer. More in the line of things that we saw earlier of him today when he played against Hero. If you guys just tuned in, or if you missed that series, I highly recommend it. Absolutely awesome PvP series between Hero and Deer.
Game 2, absolutely phenomenal. Belshir Vestige, one of the best PvPs of the weekend so far.
And we're going to see a lot of PvPs. I love how Oz just refused to use Photon Overcharge. He's like, I got this. Immortal's on the way. Nexus halfway down, Nexus is bleeding, everyone is abandoning the ship. Oz doesn't stress. What Oz doesn't know, Ben, because he has been worried about this and want to save his energy, is that he hasn't scouted yet. I'm sure that he's going to hallucinate a Phoenix real soon, but he's completely unaware of this Oracle, and this actually could deal quite a bit of damage. The Observer is going to miss it as well.
Oh, wow.
And this Oracle picks up 4, 5, 6 probes. It's already completely worth it.
Oh, he's going to be uncontested in the main base for a little while. We see no warp in response. And actually, he's looking at the front where there was a Stalker poke and a few probes will go down immediately. This is a great little bit of harass from Deer.
I love that by Deer. He's using the Stalkers to distract Oz, and this is 7 probes. And these probes are exposed as well. Photon Overcharge will pick off the Oracle.
Yep.
But at what cost, man?
Well, it's at the cost of 7 probes, Kevin. I think Deer would say it's well worth it. If we look at the income tab now, we see 32 Harvesters to 21. That's a huge difference.
Yeah, that's a massive lead. Deer just makes it look so easy to get economically ahead in this phase. But I must say, Oz's army is way stronger than the army of Deer. This is something that Oz has done in the past as well. He just has crazy pushes. Fantastic scout by Deer. This is such an important scout, because now Deer's going to be like, red alert, red alert. I need gateway units immediately. He does have a Photon Overcharge.
He needs
some
more
good force fields.
I think he just wants to make defensive force fields at this point. There's no way that he can really fight the army.
He has an Immortal on the way, but it's going to take a little while before his Immortal joins in the fun. Oz is still not producing any probes, Ben. This is basically a 1 base all-in of 2 Nexi.
24 probes out on the map for Oz. There's a 25th that's about to pop out.
I mean, these Immortals are scary, but I think if they're force fields properly, with the Photon Overcharge, he should be fine. I think that it's going to be very tough for Oz to pull this one off.
It's even hard for Oz to commit to this ramp, I feel, but he is going to go for it. Where are the force fields? They are going to cut off an Immortal. I don't know if those are perfect force fields, Kev.
I don't think they are perfect force fields. These Immortals are kind of untouched. The force fields for Oz are actually pretty good. Oz hammering through here.
Oh, Oz taking a great fight, and Deer is pushed back all the way to the main ramp. Photon Overcharge continues to do damage. We need to see a force field. It will be a defensive force field on the main ramp, but can he save the Nexus?
I don't think he can. Immortals deal a lot of damage. Oz probably has another force field. Yes, he does. Great force field by Oz.
The Immortal is locked out.
Mothership Core is going to fall as well.
The probes are locked in, and this entire expansion is going to take massive, massive damage. This Nexus might just go down. More Zealots are being warped in. Photon Overcharge might expire soon. There it goes. There's no more Photon Overcharge. This expansion's dead.
All the probes are falling as well. Deer all the way down to 25.
Whoa, GG.
Man.
And just as we were talking about how Deer made it look so easy, Oz walked across the map and won.
This is one of the things that I love perhaps most about Oz's PvP, other than his fantastic late game control. I love how decisive he is.